Sup, devils? J-Dog back to answer more goddamn questions. First question, order question, goddamn it. Just got a one-off. Fucking Harry Quinn, goddamn it. You guys all recognize fucking Harry, I'm sure. J-Dog, have you ever listened to Morgan from Marduk? Marduk's Misfits worship band called Devil's Whorehouse? Yes, I have. I thought it was okay. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. I checked it out around the time right when I first heard the Misfits. It was a friend of mine. She recommended it to me, and I was 20 years old. And that was the first first non-metal band that I would listen to. And I really, really enjoyed them. And I kind of on a kick on them. To this day, like, they're literally one of my favorite bands. I would put they're probably one of my top 10 favorite bands, to be completely honest with you. But I was on kind of a kick to checking out other horror punk bands. And so right around that time, so 20 years old, that would have been 2005. So that's when I started listening to Misfits. And then so around 2005, that's when I started getting bands like The Lurking Corpses. Just wanted to be wearing the goddamn shirt. Perfect fucking time. Wasn't planning for that at all either. That was just a goddamn question that came into the order. The Lurking Corpses, American Werewolves, Grave Robber, Crimson Ghost. Who are some other Misfits horror punk worship bands that I like? Who am I forgetting? Horror 59. That was a Cleveland band. I really enjoyed them. They only have like 2 albums though. Horror 59. I don't know what the fuck ever happened. Vladimir's might have been like the first or second band out of all the horror punk. I remember when it was Kanye that told me about them. So, you're getting the horror punk stuff. I heard. He's like, yeah, you like the Misfits? Like, check out this band, the Vladimir's. I was like, gave me a CDR of their first album, the one that Craig Reaper did. So you don't know that one. The one, why am I drawing a blank? What the fuck it's called? The first record, though, he reissued it. Hells was talking about reissuing it. And then we're kind of dicking around. Well, we know one was dicking around. It's just we were kind of like going back and forth. Craig was the one in communication with Ash. And then Craig was just starting his label back up at the time. And he's just like, you know what, fucking, I'll just do it. I'm like, you know what, we'll just go ahead and do it, man. I was like, it's no hard feelings. I was like, to be honest, I was like, because I know it's not going to fly out the door for us anyways, because it's not fucking Chilean black thrash for the millionth fucking time, because we need that again. Or does another band sound like Chicago? Because we need that again. It was more of a pleasure release. I was like, I just want to see it out. So I don't give a shit if you put it out, we put it out. Don't really fucking care. I just want to see it come out. So we did, and because for years all I had was a CDR. Kanye handed it to me. Yeah, check it out. I was like, oh, do you like them? He's like, not really. I was like, oh, okay. And I loved it. And so what I did is I went to the Vladimir's website, and I think it was Ash sending the stuff out. It was before I even knew Ash. And or it's his brother, but they're probably like, this guy's the best customer all the time. I literally just bought everything. They had a 7-inch, bought that, bought a T-shirt, and I bought all the CDs they had. I think they had like 5 CDs in stock at the time. It was all the way up to, I believe, Serpent Girl was out at the time. But I bought all 5 CDs there, so I went up. He's like, hey, they're probably like, man, this guy's a fucking high roller. I'm like, I just found the band. I don't know about the band. I love it. And the first time I didn't have it on a hard copy disc until Craig put out his reissue. So if you like horror punk, you check shit out. Actually, check that disc out. It's fucking great. So, but I heard Devil's Whorehouse right around that time, and I was like, it was okay. The bands I mentioned, I liked much, much more. I always enjoy watching interviews with Marduk, stern and obviously clever man. Yeah, I've watched a couple with him. I wish there was some. I think I seen a quickie. No, I've definitely seen one with Legion. I wish there was more shit with Legion. I think he mostly listens and collects classical music, but at least that's cool to listen to all classical rock. Yeah, I can't imagine listening to metal. I'm sure you're not one of those guys. But whatever, get in line with the rest, right? You know what? I never actually got a reason to. Maybe you guys know. Somebody put it as, what is the reason that Legion left the band, was kicked out of the band? Is there bad blood? I have no idea why he even left the band. And what is he? I'm trying to think. What has he done since? I guess I could honestly say I don't know what he's done since. He had to have done another band that I heard about, but I can't even think off the top of my head. What bands did he go on to do? I can't think of anything. So let me know on that. I never actually got an answer. Now, it's probably all out there. Just my fucking ass is completely out of the loop. But yeah, I never knew the reason why Legion either left, quit. I have no clue. So let me know on that. Anyways, next video line. Is J-Dog anti-cop poser Sepultura style or anti-Christ pre-poser era? Guys, like that fucking reference? Fucking, what was it? Dave asking me about it. Like, what do you think of cops? And, dude, I remember hearing that Sepultura was on the Morbid Visions reissue CD, and there's a bonus live track, and Yeah, we used to have this song called Antichrist. Change the lyrics. Christ boy now, of course. Change to anti-cop. Fuck the police. I was like, oh man, dude, this is just bad. I remember being very disappointed when I heard that. Anyways, what we got all the way at the bottom here? Who's this fucking looks like? Oh, possible dumb of the day here. Liam. Speak for yourself. Weak people need the police. The rest of us just need the laws to work correctly. It is very unjust to pay $10,000+ to maybe stay out of prison for defending yourself. Who fuck's paying $10,000 to stay out of prison? What'd you do wrong, brah? Loved ones and property. F.I. Or do you mean FYI? It's put F.I. half-ass has it right. Not even sure what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't know if it's total dumb of the day, but definitely somewhat dumb. I mean, to say something like police is for the weak, it's like, for starters, I just have two things to say to that. Is number one, again, I've already given the analogy, dude. If shit goes down, you're not Mr. fucking tough guy Rambo, fucking shotgun on the back, two arms holstered to the side, two on the fucking ankles, and a goddamn knife the size of fucking your goddamn forearm. You know what I mean? You're not running around doing that shit, man. So shut the fuck up. So cut the tough guy bullshit. Your little guns ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do fucking shit with them. Hence, seeing if you the fuck were, if you think it's just gonna, because you had the guns, yeah, you're not gonna pull the Rambo thing, it's just gonna scare the bullies away. Okay, also, whatever, fine, fair enough. Debatable, but fair enough. But to say that they're for the weak, so what about a fucking single mom who's, let's say she's relatively attractive, 27 years old, raising a couple kids on her own? She doesn't need the police. I mean, she's just going to be highly subject to predators. So police shouldn't exist just because your fucking selfish piece of shit ass fucking doesn't need them. You got all the Rambo guns, so you're good to go. Okay, maybe you are. Maybe you're covered. Well, not everything's about you, brah. Fucking think about others too, because she needs the fucking police. So get your head out of your ass, brah. You need them. Poser Metal Records. I demand DAWG start talking politics on this channel. We can kind of talk about it, but my knowledge is very, very limited. And again, a lot of people might be disappointed because I hate both sides. So don't any of you Trumpers out there, which seem to be the most negative motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, don't think I'm on your side. And then all the fucking pussy boy side, fucking guy shitting his pants and falling asleep at the fucking wheel, not on his fucking side either. I hate them both equally. I think that the entire I think the government's the enemies. I think politicians, they're the enemies. They're the ones we should be fighting with. I think they're the true evil, true enemy. So whatever side you're on, I'm not on your side. So you might be highly disappointed by that. FXCKSX, whatever the fuck user ID. Goddamn, get a better user ID. I can't pronounce all that shit. Question marks. What are 3 questions you'd ask Glenn Benton? One of them is, I'm curious, how often does he get confronted outside in the out and about for being, because I mean he's not famous, but he's kind of famous, a lot more famous than I am. And when I say out and about, like I'm talking about when he goes in the grocery store, he's at the gas station, he's fucking walking in to pick up a pizza. Not a metal show, for example. He goes to a metal show, of course, at least at minimally, no matter what the metal show is, 50% of the people are minimally gonna know who the fuck he is. Not counting that. But I'm saying, going to Walmart to do his groceries. How often does he get stopped and asked to take like a photo with him? I'm just very curious. That is a question that literally is on my list to ask them if I do an interview with them, because I'm just generally fucking curious. I would ask Corpse Grinder that same question too. That's one. Two, I really want to know, but I wouldn't ask, is how much money does he make a year off to his side? Again, not because I'm nosy or that, I'm generally curious. What kind of loot he brings in. And the third one would be his kind of like thoughts on all the wimpification, because he seems to have a much less softer stance on just life in general than I do. I seem to have a softer stance than him. So I know if I got to grab my barf bag, seeing any of this fucking stupidity, I can only imagine what he thinks. Now, if it was a recorded conversation, how deep he'd want to dive into that, I don't know, because he even kind of said it. He said it on Craig's channel. I think he even said it on one of the latest interviews he did, maybe with the Breed guy or whatever, whoever that was that did that interview, whatever that one guy was called. Is that the Josta guy? I think he even said on there, but he definitely said it on Craig's in a roundabout way, but almost directly, that he watches what he says in the last, I don't know, 20 years because of having his kids and shit and child services watching them. So, and he even said, I think it was on Craig's for sure too. He said that about the interviews, that he turned down interviews because people were twisting his words, which dude, I can 100% see that fucking happen because people twist my words on this fucking channel all the fucking time. It's just over stupid shit. I'm like, yeah, he said this or fucking, he doesn't like brutal bands now, doesn't. I'm like, I never, what are you talking, dude? Did you even listen to the fucking video? I didn't say any of that. Just the shit they put in the comments. So I can only imagine on his scale what the fuck they would do. So, yeah, I think it'd be those three questions on top of my head. Now, if I was to get a solid interview with him, I would, all the ones I've done to date, and my plan is for most to do them off the cuff. Well, no, I guess the Don the Dead one wasn't off the cuff, was it? Because I had to list of questions for that. But again, that was because I know Don is like, what the fuck am I going to ask him? I mean, I've been talking to the guy for 25 fucking years. Or whatever the hell, how many times it's been. But for someone with Glenn, I would like to make it just because it's kind of like archive for myself. Well, I'm probably never going to meet the motherfucker again. So I want to get it right. So I probably would make a list of questions and maybe ask my buddy Dan and shit, like what he thinks. Like, hey, what do you think would be a good question to ask Glenn that you generally think is a good question that you don't know yourself, and that not some fucking, because dude, I've said it before, dude, these fucking interviews when they're on the road and shit, so how was the tour going? Like, what the fuck are you asking that for? What do you think he's gonna say? This is like the lamest question ever. Wouldn't be asking that. Zebraman, Brotown. Question for the mayor of Brotown. What's the craziest thing you've ever done with a chick? I don't think I've ever done anything what I would consider crazy. Nothing. I can't think of nothing. Nothing I consider crazy, and I guess that goes by what your definition of crazy is too. Metal head bob question. J-Dog, you should ask GB when he branded his forehead. Did it hurt? I mean, I think the obvious answer is yes. Question from Jordan Silly. Do you like Suicidal Tendencies? If so, what's your favorite album? That was a band I never really paid much fucking attention to. Heard songs and that the image was a huge fucking turn off, but and I never really went back to them. So I know I've heard a song here and there, but I don't even know if I've ever heard an album in its entirety. But I know it's that crossovers. I know who they are. I know the whole shtick. Um, weren't they kind of like the first band to fucking pull that whole like literally look like we're from the fucking hood shit? Earliest band I can fucking think of. So never really checked them out that much. Again, heard them, know their whole shtick, but I never picked up an album and listened to it. So don't really have a whole hell of a lot of opinion on them. I know they're a classic and people love them, especially some of the punkers and hardcore guys, and some people in the metal scene too. Ricky Jones, Daily Devils question. Good albums from 1997. 87. Is it Serpents of Light 1997? What else is 90s? Yeah, when you guys say these off years, these 95s, 96, 97s, 98s, 99s, because someone did not, I think maybe it was Ricky Jones too from 99. I draw all kind of blanks, but he did get replies. Let's see what the fuck else in there. I draw all kinds of fucking blanks. 97. I'm trying not to. Wasn't Mortician Zombie Apocalypse 97? So those are two there. If those are both 97, I'm not even 100% positive they're both 97. They're in that area, 97, 98, 96, somewhere around there. Think those are both 97 though. Cannibal Vile, that was 96. See what the fucking replies say. 12 replies in here. What do they got? Oh, Deceased Fearless Undead Machines. Yes, I would agree on that. Paul Kreutz, he put Malevolent Creation, Cold Blood, Deicide, Search the Serpents of Light. But yeah, he's got Fearless Undead Machines in there too. 6 Feet Under Warpath. Yeah, I thought that was a good album. Definitely a wimpy album, but yeah, I thought it was a good album. Oh, Joe Dinkins, Ancient Black Earth. It's an EP. Yeah, one of the greatest fucking EPs of all time. But you got to use an EP on Sadistic because they ain't got fucking any albums. So that's all you goddamn got. Hey, you got something in 1997. Most years go by, you don't get jack shit. So yeah, let's put that in there too. Looks like a Mortal Blizzard Beast. I would agree with that. 1997. Dismember Death Metal. Yeah, that's it. You know, it's funny though. Dismember Death Metal. That probably, as a whole, is probably my least favorite Dismember album. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I like it. I think it's a great album. I own it. It's just fun because I like every single Dismember album. If I had to pick a least favorite, it's probably that. For example, one of my favorites, and I've said on this channel, but nobody ever brings up, is Hate Campaign. Hate Campaign is probably my third favorite, to be honest. It probably goes Like an Ever-Flowing Stream is definitely my favorite. After that, I would probably have to go with Indecent and Obscene. And then after that, I'd say Hate Campaign for me personally. 1997s we got in here that people want to. Doesn't look like a lot of shit came out from 1997. Granted, I was drawing blanks. There's others in here. People are putting but stuff I didn't care about. Like I put In Flames, Horacle. Oh, Obituary Back from the Dead. That was I guess that was 1997. I liked that album. Doesn't look like a ton of albums, at least that I cared about, came out in 1997, as opposed to when, what was it, 99 that was asked? I was drawing a blank on that too. And maybe it was Paul Kreutz or some one of those guys. They put in their list of 1999s. And I was like, was it 99? 98 or 99? I think it was 99. Though. I was like, holy shit, that was a great year. Yeah, 98 or 99, whichever one it was. Um, I was like, fuck. I was like, that seemed like just as good of a goddamn year as 1988. I was like, I didn't do the math. I was like, fuck. I was like, yeah, a lot of these albums are some of my goddamn faves. So it seemed like 97, not as much. Although, I gotta say, though, Serpents of Light, greatest album of all motherfucking time, did come out in 97. So that's 97 has something to say for it. Give the year that. But so out of all the ones there, yeah, easily. So Serpents of Light, 1997. I don't even need to know the rest of the list. That would be my favorite album, without a doubt, of 1997. Octavian, question marks, J-Dog. I'm curious as to whether you prefer collecting CDs of vinyl. Do you mean CDs or vinyl? Since I know you buy both, I'm personally leaning more towards CDs these days because they're cheaper and sound better, but vinyl looks cooler and it's a better way to commemorate an album. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, if that's the way I look at it, is it's a better way to commemorate. I don't prefer to collect one or the other. I guess vinyls is the commemoration type thing. But to be honest, what do I listen to more? CDs, just because I listen to them in the car when driving. And a lot of times in the warehouse, I do listen to records in the warehouse too. I'll pop on CDs because I have a 5 disc chain player. I'll pop in like 2 at a time or something so I don't keep stop and go. So I'm trying to get shit done, you know what I mean? As opposed to stop and go for flipping a record. But I definitely do still listen to records, especially if it's something I'm really in the mood to listen to and we have it in the shop and all we have is a vinyl, then I'll play that. Or if it's something I want to check out, comes through and all it was a vinyl, then I'll put it on too. So I play a vinyl almost every single day, even at the warehouse. But CDs just for convenience. But like when something comes out I really, really like, it doesn't feel like it's fully commemorated, like Abhorrence, Invoking the Abominations, right? It just feels like it's not fully commemorated because it's not on vinyl. It's never existed on vinyl, so that's the way I look at it. Rabin Rendon. Question for J-Dog. What do you think is the best metal song about sex? I say it's Burns Like a Buzzsaw Blade by Annihilator. I mean, Brutality's Lust for Sex. The fucking demo is a really good goddamn song. Definitely love them Brutality demos. Albums, kind of on the fucking blander side, in my opinion. But the fucking demos were great by Brutality. But greatest song about sex would probably be let's go Cannibal Corpse, Necropedophile. That's a banger, goddammit. The fire still burns. J-Dog, do you listen to any other metal podcasts other than Hellcast or just podcasts in general? I don't even listen to Hellcast, so I don't listen to any metal podcasts, to be completely honest with you. Podcasts in general, yeah, I do. Usually the ones they do on RX Muscle, I generally listen to, unless some of the people that are on there are just kind of lame, in my opinion. But some of the people on there that I like. Used to always listen to Fuad Abiad's podcast, but ever since Luke Sandow fucking died, it was kind of like not as interesting. But it was when it was just Fuad. and Luke doing it. I listened to every single one of those. That was enjoyable. Now I get all these other characters on there that I don't dislike any of them. I'm just kind of like I don't just don't feel like I relate to as well. Um, think big bodybuilding podcasts to listen to, with like especially with guys like Skip on and shit like that. I tend to respect his opinion. And what is it, Andrew Barry on there as well? Tend to respect his opinion. Other than that, those are kind of like the more regular ones, but kind of already one-offs here and there, something else. But I do. So I'm not saying it's only those, but I would say those are the regular ones for sure. See if we get one more super quick in here because we're only got them. Harry Quinn, J Dog. If a musician asked you to coach him on the road and said he was training to build slash maintain a decent amount of muscle mass, what mobile workouts would you have him do, and what would you make him eat under the restrictions of living in a bus? I mean, I'd keep his fucking carbs relatively low, fats moderate, protein fucking high, because he doesn't need that much energy, so he doesn't need a bunch of high carbs and fats. I generally keep kind of moderate. I never push the fats high unless somebody's on a ketogenic diet, because again, it's funny because a lot of the ketogenicers they'll talk so highly of fats and shit like that, and they are essential. They're essential fatty acids, the ones that you need, the omega 3, sixes, nines, etc. But you don't need as many as you think. Like they'll talk about, so you think you need this abundance of them, and it's like you realize the amount you need is not, it's like 30 grams a day or something to get all these effects that you need. You don't need this drastic fucking amounts. The only reason they get kind of fucking high is because you're going to need an energy source if you're cutting out all the carbs. But if most people aren't even doing a ketogenic diet, and I like to have balance anyways, because I like to put in people's diets fruits and vegetables and things like that. I don't like to put them on a pure ketogenic diet, generally speaking. So yeah, protein high, carbs low, fats moderate, and I would have do mostly body work, full body workouts. So squats, deadlifts, bent over rows, assuming you don't have a bad low back like a dog for fucking squats and deadlifts. Bench press, pull ups, chin ups, things like that. Full body and big compound movements. That's what I would have them doing. So in a scenario like that. Comes questions, you know the fucking do. Put the couch box in the morning. Later, goddamn it.